coffee prices have risen by 69.23% over the last year from an estimated $2,600 per ton to a peak of $5,100 per ton in February, and currently trading at $4,600 per ton. Given that coffee, is a household food item, this price increase is sure to have inflationary repercussions. Let's talk to Lawrence Messi, Analyst, Financial Derivatives Company. Great to have you, Lawrence.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so there's quite a jump in coffee prices. What do you think is causing this astronomical surge?
Well, it's largely due to the weather conditions that are affecting the world's leading producers of coffee. So in Brazil, they experienced what is called a frost in late July last year. So that has really constrained farmers from producing coffee, and they experienced a lot of shortages going forward. Then the second factor leading to this increase in prices is the supply chain issue, that's shipping routes. So there's a combination of two things. There's an unavailability of ships as well as an increase in freight charges. So these two factors have combined to make the shipping of coffee to other countries that need it a bit of a hassle. And then thirdly is increase in fertilizer costs, especially experienced by both Vietnam as well as Brazil. So when you combine these three main drivers, that's the weather challenges, the shipping constraints, and the increase in fertilizer costs, that's what's attributable to this astronomical rise in coffee prices.
Quite interesting. Everything on the way up. And Uganda has been in the news recently, first for withdrawing from the International Coffee Organization, and more recently for the 20% decline in its coffee exports. How do you expect this to impact, global coffee supply chain and prices?
Well, current research, according to data on Business Insider Africa, shows that Ethiopia and Uganda are the largest producers of coffee in Africa. Together, they account for about 75% of African coffee production. Uganda alone accounts for somewhere between 25 to 32% of African production. So now, to give you a bit more context, when the supply shortages from Brazil and Vietnam occurred, the Western world decided to switch to African suppliers for coffee. So when a major player like Uganda is experiencing a 20% drop in output, then there's only one thing that can happen then, and that's for further increases in coffee, because large corporations, maybe like Starbucks, could see a shortage in supply, an increase in orders, but no service coming through. And that would only cause to increase the price of coffee-related products and coffee itself.
Right, and we see demand for coffee in Nigeria is growing, but Nescafe holds a 60% market share in coffee sales in Nigeria, with its production being done in neighboring Cote d'Ivoire, and actually with non-Nigerian coffee. And it also shows that Nigeria produces about 1,887 tons of coffee, while Uganda, Cote d'Ivoire, and Ethiopia are Africa's largest producers and exporters. So what is responsible for Nigeria's lagged performance in coffee production?
Well, it's all about the structure of the coffee industry or coffee supply chain in Nigeria, as you would have it. So from planting to marketing and sales to value addition, there's a problem structurally. So starting from planting, a lot of farmers have actually left their coffee land plots. This is because, well, some of them are old. Farming practices have not been renewed, and also because of pricing, farmers are not attracted or incentivized to plant coffee. So despite there being massive coffee production potential in about 10 states, we're seeing that farmers are not just large in planting coffee. The second thing has to do with marketing. There isn't any centralized exchange for coffee in Nigeria, but there is some hope. The Senate has passed a bill for the National Tea and Coffee Development Council. Whether they will be effective in carrying out the duties of bringing out coffee is yet to be seen. But for now, there's no centralized exchange. So there's no marketing in the value chain and no distribution for farmers. And then lastly, is the quality of the farming practices. There's no washing and milling is largely inefficient, so it doesn't attract foreign buyers of coffee. And so all of these factors combined is what's responsible for the lack of participation and the lack of production of coffee in Nigeria.
Right, Lawrence. Well, we need to find at least one commodity to actually profit from, at this point. All right, Lawrence Messi, thank you so much. Analyst, Financial Derivatives Company. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.